I'm a dish with D. That's me. Thank you for this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Monday, July 21st. I mean, are we almost through July? We only have, June 1st is a week from Friday. Holy cow. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I don't know about you, but it's, again, I always say once 4th of July comes, the summer just flies by. And I'm not sad about that. I'm not a summer girl. I prefer my fall, so. All right, D, you sound better. I am feeling much better. Thank you so much. You're all so nice with messages and stuff, so yes. I probably started feeling really good probably the end of last week. Friday. You know, my voice sounds pretty good right now. So yeah. Oh, what a couple of weeks in this house. Time to fumigate. It really is, but I do feel better. I can taste again. Oh, when you know you can't taste, and for me, not about what you guys, some people it turns them off. It's like, I can't taste, I don't want to eat. For me, and it's people ask when I tell them this, I think something in my tooth. Sorry about that. I keep eating till I can, because I feel like if I keep eating, I will feel better. And yeah, it doesn't help, but mentally, that's what I do. Sorry about that. So, what did the scale say, D? Well, the scale is not kind to me. But I'm going to be in all honesty, I deserved it. Did I deserve all of it? Probably not. But I deserved my 2.5 pound gain. That's how many weeks in a row have I gained? I don't even want to think about it. I know I gained last week. I don't remember the week before. I didn't look. Yeah, 2.4. I'm writing that down and circling this, so I keep looking at it until I sit here. You know, I deserve a lot of that. I did. But again, for me, coming off of that really low carb week, your body just was like, or actually a couple weeks. There's a few weeks I was on low carb. And that's how my body reacts. That's why I knew better than to try it. But yeah, I tried it anyway. But stick around with me, because we're gonna fight to get this off. We did a live last night about what holds us back. I'm gonna be honest. And I've made a video about it, so it's not like anything new that I'm struggling, and I am, and I need to. This is. Let's just get to the topic, because the topic is all about a lot of good things. I think the week now. Again, I'm trying to figure out the weekly topic, because I thought through 3.5 Zooms. Couldn't sit through anymore. I believe it's called Joy Party, Treating Ourselves, I think. If you know it's different, then let me know, because I really was lost in this. I love what we all talked about, but I didn't know the central focus of this week's topic, because it's still the reset month, because we're halfway through the year. Sometimes we need to reset and refocus. So they asked the question, what is for you on your daily to-do list? Like, do you do to-do lists? I technically do not do a to-do list per se. Like, I have things on my mind that I want to do. I don't really write them down and make it bullet point. No, that's not me. But I wake up with an idea of what I want to do in the day. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to clean this, I want to do these sheets, I do have a to-do list mentally. Maybe I should write it down. I keep saying I'm not that, but yet I really feel like, because I would get the tools and I probably wouldn't use them. I believe in my stash that I have pads that I got at Michael's on clearance. They're like $1, and they're like to-do list things. Okay, you have the stuff, doesn't mean you're going to do it, but I guess maybe, at least in your head, what is your daily to-do list? And does it involve your healthy lifestyle journey, or just does it involve stuff? Like, sometimes our list involves stuff. Like, I want to clean this. I need to wash this. I need to take this here. I need to do that. I need to make this. But what is it like? That's like a life stuff. What about healthy, like our lifestyle? Maybe we need to make a to-do list to keep us on track and on plan. Oh, wouldn't that be fun list? Yes, eat a good breakfast lunch because you're going out to dinner, or do this or do that, or maybe get more vegetables in today. Make sure you get that water in because you weren't that great yesterday. Get a little more movement in today because you're pretty lax. Maybe we should make a lifestyle to-do list. But I also asked the question, what do you enjoy doing alone? I do everything alone pretty much. I mean, I guess it's by choice. I've always been, I guess because I was the only girl in my family, I just had a brother, so I tend to do girl things. My mother works, so I tend to do a lot of things alone. And Steve gets mad at me because I do like to do things alone. He does get mad. He does. I just feel like I can get it accomplished. I guess I'm not used to having, I don't know. And we've been married for 20, let me think. Timmy just turned 20, we'll turn 27. So we've been married for like almost 29 years, 28 years. And I guess, I don't know if that's being Italian, I guess being stubborn, that I tend to still do things on my own. For certain things I'll be like, let's do this, or I think he thinks it's weird when I ask for like help. I'd be like, you want me to, so you need to list what you like to do. A lot of people put reading, of course, knitting, things that don't really, let's put it this way, doesn't require a partner. I mean, you're going to read with a partner? No. I mean, I like to shop with people. I like to eat with people. I don't like to eat yet. There's the thing. I like to eat with people. I ate out alone once and it was weird. I tend to eat in my car if I'm going to be by myself, but I actually ate in the restaurant and it was a bit odd for me because I'm a talker. So I guess, yes, I like to talk. So I like to do those things with people. Versus alone. And that was the next one, what you like to do with others. And I guess to me that would have to be food. I like the food with others. Food shop, not so much, because I'm really focused on what I want to get. And sometimes I just like go in the store and just look at the items and think, what can I do with that? I do that a lot. And I like to look at things like for specific, like what I want to make with it. And when you got somebody with you, like back when I had my boys, they were 11 and a half months apart. Irish twins, I hear that it's called. And I couldn't go to the store with them because I couldn't focus. Because it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I started going to the store by myself, when their dad was home. So this way I could just relax. Or when they went in school, I'm like, people say, well, what's the best thing when both your kids are in school? I'm like, food shopping, which you think that's just weird. Who enjoys the food shop? It was the quiet of the car. It was just getting in and out of the store without having to, hear them chit-chat. You're trying to look at things. Because that's what I do. I look at something and I'll go, oh, what is that? What can I do with that? That's interesting. I've never seen that before. That'd be interesting in this. So I tend to like to shop alone, food shop. I guess if I was clothes shopping, no, I probably clothes shop alone too. Because I feel like everybody I think I've ever shopped with is kind of like, it's all about them. And I'm all right with that, but then again, I don't get to, focus. Like, I need to just focus on I look for specific items. I'm all about cardigans, certain things, so I have a specific thing that I kind of like to look for. So yeah, I think I even like to clothes shop alone. 9 times out of 10, I very rarely buy things with other people because I'm just not focused enough. But what makes you feel healthier? Like, what in your life makes you feel healthier? A lot of people said prepping, having things ready. Of course, always having good foods in the house always makes you feel healthier. Seeing your watch steps go up makes you feel healthier. Refilling your water because you've drank it all makes me feel healthier. I'm like, I'm doing something right. If I have to fill it up again, I'm doing something right. So I think those little things. I'm trying to look at my notes because my notes are terrible because this topic was just, and then she also said, what went wrong? What can you do better? What can't you control? That's the thing too. Realize what you can and can't control. That's a huge one because we can't control everything sometimes. And what happens when you can't control it? I think you lose a little bit, like, don't freak out because you can't control it. Somebody comes over and they bring food that you really love but really can't fit in. What do you do with that? Can't control it. You just can control what you put on your plate. Control what you eat. Control the amount that you eat. Hard, very much so. Because we always, at least for me, I always want more. I tend to have to walk away from it. Like, I can't sit there and stare at it because I will go back. It's happened way too many times, and I know this. Lately, I think I mentioned I'm putting my plate in the sink because if I don't have a plate, I can't put it anywhere. Because I have to get it away from me because I just tend to and I don't want to. And it's so hard. It is so hard to sit there and, use that muscle of discipline. I think my muscle of discipline has gotten weaker in the last couple weeks. I was doing so good. I think back, it was probably the beginning of May, end of April, beginning of May, right before Timmy's festivities. See how events can really put a wrench into everything? I was 8 pounds from being back to free lifetime. I remember being so excited about that and being saying, you can do this. And there it is. Back to square one we are. Well, not quite back to square one, but we're back where we were in the February, March, when Bailey passed away. So another event that did not do well. Here's an interesting light bulb. I don't do well with events. Didn't realize that. Bailey passed away. Timmy, interesting. I guess I relaxed too much, and I guess... Interesting. I didn't realize that till I just said it. All righty. Research tells us intentional doing things we enjoy can increase our positive feelings in the moment and happiness long term. And when we're happier, it can be easier to reach our goals. Somebody made a statement. I'm going to read that really quickly. Looking forward to something that gives us joy can help us make healthier choices, respond effectively to setbacks, and find our new ways to reach our goals. And what did she say? That I wrote it down. And I thought it was a great, great thing. I know I wrote it down. All right. There it is. I thought this was powerful. Not doing what we have to do, doing what we want to do. And it said, what happened to reaching our goals? Did I miss that? Because it was really a great little topic that she said. I guess I didn't write it down. I wrote it down in my notes. It's not on my pad. It was in my notes because I thought it was really good. I wanted to keep it. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. I like that. That's why I put it in notes. I like that. It's true. Think about it. We get, by achieving our goals, we get to be a lower size, right? We get to be a lower size in our clothes. We get that. That's our achievement. But what do you become? And I thought, this is what I became. This is what I became. I became somebody that wants to sit there and tell somebody that they're not alone and that, they can do it. And it's hard. So I've become a person that people can talk to about their struggles on their weight loss. Who would have thought that? I didn't. You just feel like you're just going to get this low size and that's the end of that. But it's yes. Let's repeat it again and listen. I found this to be very profound. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become. You become healthy. You're living a longer life. You'll be able to enjoy things in your life that you couldn't enjoy because your weight was holding you back. I mean, don't let your weight hold you back from living life. I mean, I say get out there at any weight you are. But I know sometimes it's difficult when you have a lot of weight to lug around. It's hard. It's exhausting. But that's what keeps you in it. What keeps you in it is those goals. And, becoming that healthier person. And not always thinking that, it's all about, don't let that food be more important than your goals. And I think that's what we do when we use that as an excuse. I just want to eat it. You can eat it, but you don't have to eat so much of it. Walk away. Make your health a priority in your life. You're important. You're your best friend. Take care of yourself. If we looked at somebody that was sick, we'd be like, oh my gosh, you really need to really watch. What about you? What do you need to do? We always worry about everybody else. What you gotta start. Sometimes you have to worry about ourselves. Sounds selfish because we always worry about everybody else. We take care of everybody else, but we have to take care of us. What do we need to prioritize in our to-do list to do that? There's a lot of things. You would be a better you to help them in the long run. So if you're taking care of a spouse, a child, a relative, a friend, but you're running on empty. How long are you going to be able to do that? So it's prioritizing your health. And I know it sounds selfish to say it, and people may call you selfish, but you're not. Is only better for them in the long run. A healthier you could be a better you for somebody else. So don't forget that. And so, somebody said, this I thought was fun and kind of cute, I thought it needed to be, would you rather be the oldest person in the gym or the youngest person in the nursing home? You don't need to go to a gym, but there's always some type of movement that you can do, even if for several minutes a day. Yeah, think about that. That was always my cusp. I didn't want to especially having boys. Like, who's going to help you? And I was in my late 40s when I finally did it. I thought, God, all I have is boys. How are they going to, I think how bad my mother got. And I'm thinking, do I want that for my boys? No, you don't want anybody to take care of you if you don't have to. I mean, things happen, yes. But was it all caused by our weight? That was for me, like when I realized that I had several issues going on. I had three major things in my life. And losing weight, I wouldn't say cured, but helped tremendously in those three things in my life. So yeah, my weight was hindering me. It wasn't just like some people, you get a bad roll of the dice of genetics. Okay, that happens. You can't change your genetics, but you can change what you do from there. You can change the fact that yes, you may be predisposed to diabetes, to the family, but your weight is never going to help that. So that's only going to hinder that. So you can say, well, I'm going to be pre-diabetic anyway. Not everybody who has diabetes in their family becomes diabetic. It just means you have a higher risk. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. You just have a higher risk. Somebody who has cancer in the family doesn't mean that I'm going to get cancer because my mother had cancer. It doesn't mean that. It just means, yes, I am at a higher risk. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. So we tried to kind of say, well, it's in my genes to have that. It's in my genes. So, it is. But that doesn't mean we don't try to do everything in our power not to have it. So if you're predisposed to say diabetes runs in your family, would you want to be overweight? Would that help your situation? It's not. So what can we do to help that? Is be healthier, the healthiest version of ourselves we can be. You know what? I know we all make mistakes. I'm the queen of making mistakes. I know what I did wrong. I know exactly what I did wrong. I need to rectify that. I have to do better. We all can do better. And we deserve to do better. We deserve to treat we deserve that for ourselves to be better. So, be your best friend. Make a to-do list for you. Make things that are important to you. What sparks happiness? And find that and enjoy that. I feel like sometimes we don't give ourselves enough joy. We really don't. Doing what we love can increase our positive feelings in the moment and happiness for long term. And when we are happier, it is easier to reach our goals. I'm going to leave you with a quote from Elle Woods. Happy people don't murder their husbands. Happy people don't always make bad choices. Sad people do. People that are upset, depressed. Yeah, we all turn to food when that happens. And nobody's, and I'm not going to sit there and tell you that's wrong. It's just not always the best thing. But, okay, we had that momentary sadness. It's done. We're not sad about it for the rest of our lives because you know what? Things do get better. They may not get great, but, feelings do improve. We need to sit there and focus on that and focus on the positives that we can control because we're in control of our destiny. You know what I'm saying? We're in control of the driver. We're driving that weight car. Are we sitting there keep picking up those trash bags? Or do we sit there and just ride right through to the, to the finish line and not pick up any trash along the way? I think it's when we hear the word, I caused it. And I said this before, I don't want my children to bury their mother because she ate too much. Here we are at Denise, she was a great mom, but she couldn't pull herself away from the table. Is that the legacy you want to leave your family? Because I just needed to have that brownie every night. I needed to have that. I needed. You don't need the food. You want the food. You want it because it's just, food is a drug. Sugar is a bigger drug, and we have to control it better. Is it going to be perfect? Nope. Do you stumble? Hi, I'm Denise. I stumbled. Does it mean that's the end of am I like wrapping it up saying, well, I'm done here. I'm not doing this anymore. No, because I can't. That's giving up. And I'm not going to give up. I'm going to put my big girl pants. People hate that saying, but I like it. It's just put your big girl pants on and own it and say, you know what, I can do better and I will do better. So I'm standing right here. I do expect a loss this week. It might not be a great loss, but I am not going to see a gain. I will not. I will not allow that, because I know that is not who I want to be. You know, that my legacy is not going to be, well, she got the goal and then, you know what? No, she's going to get back there. The goal might be a little bit higher, but she's going to get back to it. So you have to sit there and tell yourself that and make yourself accountable for that. Sit there and put that on yourself. Yeah. If I sit there and say, well, you know, I'm just tired. I just don't feel great. And I just, you know, everything hurts. I can't move that much. That doesn't mean you can do other things. You can control what goes in that pie hole. You can. It's choosing to do it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop leaning on that and get your life in gear. I'm not telling you to be perfect. I'm not telling you to be at an unrealistic goal weight. I'm telling you to lose some weight. Doesn't have to be. You don't have to be in the goal Weight Watcher sets for you. But can you be at a better weight? I believe we all can, and we all should. So that is it for me, this convoluted topic. I'm not even sure how it was. Let me know in the comment section below. I don't know. So you can answer those questions if you'd like. I forgot what they were. I have to go back to my list as I just closed it up. Oh my God. What can you do better? What can you control and what can't you control? What is on your daily to-do list for you? Some people just like to pamper themselves, you know? And what do you enjoy doing by yourself? What do you enjoy doing with others? It's always fun to answer those questions. But I know something went well for you this week. Leave that in the comment section below. Let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet, hit that subscribe button. Join us here Dish with D, where we are going to get there. We are determined. We're determined not to give up. And that's what you need to have. You need to have that determination. Not all weeks are perfect. They're not. And that's normal. I'm not saying that's an excuse. But if you don't get back on the horse, you can't let it all go. You can't. So I will dish with you another day, my lovelies. Like I said, if you not hit that subscribe button, join us here Dish with D. Thumbs up this video. Share if you know somebody that's struggling along the way. We'd love to help them. So I will see you later, my lovelies, and have a great, great week and almost second to last week of July. Did you see that peanut butter ball video? That's all I'm going to say. It'll be linked. Bye-bye. Oh, build a salad. I will link that too. That, my friends, is a great video for people who like to eat salad, but salad isn't filling. I'm going to give you my tips to make a better filling and still healthy salad. So I will link those two videos. One on the side. I don't know. They'll be here. So go check them out if you haven't already, and I will see you later, my lovelies.